Hey there, guys. Welcome. Welcome to 9/12/2024. It's the day after. This is the date that I always joke about, 9/12. Every time somebody says, hey, man, you're short or you have a terrible hairline, I go, just wait. Just wait, because 9/12 is coming. It's funny. It's like the sequel. I think we've gone past the point where it's okay to make jokes about it. What's Iago, the guy from Aladdin? I forgot what his fucking name was that he died. He made a joke about 9/11 on 9/11. What the? It's gonna drive me nuts. What his name was. This is the worst thing ever because he's a tremendously funny comedian. He has a terrible voice, and I'm sure I'm gonna get 27 comments saying his name. I'm drinking this Coke Oreo. This is the thing that Brits don't understand about us. That this is the sort of stuff that we have here in the United States. This is Oreo flavored zero sugar Coke. This is the sort of stuff that we enjoy and we normalize here in this country. These aren't things that are different or things that are unexpected. And we enjoy it. We enjoy it. But at least we have a semblance of a cuisine. We have a semblance of a cuisine. Now, we have a action-packed list of things that we're going to go through. I've realized in my infinite wisdom that I've neglected TikTok. Now, I've been looking at Twitter nonstop, and I neglected TikTok. So I have this list of things on TikTok that are pending, that are essentially things that I've had for months now that I haven't gone through, things that upset me, things about the Ren Fair that bother me, things about fat people, obviously, by the title of this video. Gilbert Godfrey, there you go. Thank you, Ben Shapiro. I can't believe I forgot that name. Furries. So today it's the best of the worst, essentially, going over the things that make me the angriest, that essentially have been left over from all this time of me doing PigCast or me being in California, not being able to do formal PigCast. One thing, too, if you want to leave a voicemail, make sure to do so by looking at the link in the description section below. You can leave a nice little voicemail there. You don't have to make an account. You can do it anonymously. The only thing I say is just please don't use the N-word. Whatever you do, please don't say the N-word. Do not say the N-word. So first things first, I guess, I'm going to be going to England at some point. I don't know when. I've mentioned this many times. I'm not looking forward to it. I hate being in a plane. It's going to be 7 and some change, 7 hours, maybe 40 minutes of being on a fucking plane surrounded by people that are leaving Miami to go to England. So something's clearly wrong with them. And I'm going to be staying there. I don't know for how long. Things just pretty much happen whenever these trips occur. And I don't control them. I'm just there for the ride. I'm there for the ride. Corn Pop says, I know the worst thing that happened in September 2001. Freddie Got Fingered was released. Literally the worst thing that could have happened. Literally the worst thing that could have happened. I forgot at Corn Pop. Did something happen on 9/11? Pink Eye's looking much better. Yeah, I no longer possess pink eye. This is the thing that makes me happy. It was disgusting. I don't know what it is that happened. Maybe I had some rogue fart that made its way to my eyes and had a little bit of a speck of fecal matter. Or maybe I just touched a doorknob that somebody didn't happen to wash their hands and I touched my eye and hence the pink eye. But everybody thinks it's shit. Everybody thinks it's just immediate poop that I just got from my sphincter and I put it inside of my eye. That's not the way it works. You could get it from many things. It's not just poop. I do have a new voicemail. Let's actually check this out. Let's see what this is. Again, I hope it's not any sort of derogatory terms. Anonymous, of course. So I'm already dreading this, but let's just play it and see what happens.
Hola, Mr. PigCake. I have a question for you. What's your opinion on the economic crisis of Europe at the moment?
Okay, I was very worried that at some point in that message, it was going to be just a yell, just in the background. I have no opinion because I care more about the United States than I do every other country. I'm sorry. I'm a proud Americaholic, and I don't care about what's going on in Europe. I care about what's happening here. like the debates, watching the debates. That was a fun time. I watched it a little bit drunk. I made myself peanut butter whiskey coffee. Peanut butter whiskey iced coffee. Toby Writing says, I left you a message on Patreon about your UK trip. I'm going to be going to West Yorkshire. I saw the message, but I don't know why I didn't respond. I was being a fuck ass, but I'm going to be going to West Yorkshire and London and, of course, going around. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I might run into these guys. Now, if you've been watching the PigCast for a while, you know that if there's one thing I detest more than fat people, it's border patrol. I think your job is useless. I think you are providing the illusion of theater. And this is coming from a male magician. This is coming from a person who is a male, has a penis, and is a magician. So I would know about illusion, tricks. Tricks are something whores do for money, Michael. I hate Border Patrol, and they have a show dedicated to these absolute troglodytes that are wannabe cops. They're make-believe cops. I believe to become a Border Patrol in the United States, it's like 3 months, and you're good to go. 3 months of training, of making you pretend like you've been a cop, or making you pretend like you've been some sort of vet for years on end. And this is the result of that. This is the result. They are literally harassing bitches at the airport. So this is the team. This is what we've assembled as our final frontier against, I would say, domestic terrorism. That you have people coming in, potentially, and this is who we have protecting us.
Shoes or soles, oversized shoes like that, they typically use to conceal narcotics. Shoes look a little awkward, they look crooked.
Yeah, her foot sitting the wrong way, so they sit sideways.
One of the things we noticed right away was that her shoes are very thick-soled. The way she's walking, feet to the side, not typical. Thick-soled shoes have been a long-standing way.
See what I mean? It's people that you know at some point in their lives, they were patrolling a mall, which I'm not saying it's a bad job. I'm saying it's a bad job when you pretend like it's anything else, when you pretend like it's more important. The one thing you're stopping is, I don't know, you have a walkie-talkie that could get you to someone who's going to call the cops. That's what you have as your weapon. You're not really a cop. This, I guess they have a little bit more power, but it gets to the stupid, insignificant heads. You start thinking that you're Sherlock Holmes. And look at this fuck ass also looking at her shoes. Yeah, there's something definitely wrong with her shoes and the way she's walking. Spoilers, there's nothing wrong with her shoes.
Her foot sitting the wrong way, so they sit sideways.
One of the things we noticed right away was that her shoes are very thick-soled. The way she's walking, feet to the side, not typical. Thick-soled shoes have been a long-standing way to smuggle narcotics.
You're not transporting in excess of $10,000. How much money do you have?
Probably like $200.
Okay. Negative. I'm going to have 2 female officers pat you down real quick. If everything's good, you're free to be on your way. Everything there seemed to be good. Now that I've ruled all that out.
You know what? Even if I'm bringing $10,000, fuck you. It's my money, motherfucker. No, now I have to declare it because the IRS, which is another scam, is going to come in and say, oh, where does this money belong to? Maybe I earned it. Maybe I was wherever I was making money and trying to bring it in because I earned it, motherfucker. But no, you want to tax it. That's all you care about. I'm already getting upset. There's not a good start for this show. But I hate this. These people are wannabe cops. They think they're Sherlock Holmes. They think that they know, oh yeah, your shoes. Again, nothing happens. But they make it a big deal. I remember we talked about this on a previous PigCast, and it got me equally as upset.
The last thing to check is to see if the passenger actually has it on her body.
While you were conducting the baggage exam, and I was observing the passenger, and she couldn't stay still. And she would crisscross one way, and then no more than 10 seconds later, she'd go back to normal. And what I've seen in the past is that when there's a package on the side of the shoe, and it's just sitting, her foot sitting the wrong way, so actually causing pain while she's walking.
Remove the shoes and...
Oh, yeah, I've noticed this through many years of experience in my field of eating fucking Twinkies. That's all he's qualified for. But instead we have this guy that's, oh, she's fidgeting. Maybe, perhaps, you fucking fat fuck. Maybe, perhaps, maybe she's nervous that she's getting questioned by you, the fucking Michelin man. And you are now stepping between her and freedom. And it could depend entirely on your mood, as it has many times with me and the TSA, where they decide to stop me just because of the mood, just because of a whim. Last time, you should have seen what I was trying. I had matches in my bag. They didn't stop me for that. I had a lighter. It was a knife that I didn't even remove the blade from. They didn't stop me for any of that. It's pretend security. It's not real security. And don't even get me started on immigration. Why are you here? I'm here to visit my friend. Who's your friend? Peter. Where does your friend live? He lives here. Where specifically? West Yorkshire. What are you going to do with your friend? He's going to show me around. Where are you going to stay? My friend's house. Where does your friend live? West Yorkshire. What's your friend's name? Peter. His name is Peter. Do you have your friend's phone number? I have my friend's phone number right here. What are you going to do? We're going to sell drugs. We're going to sell all the drugs. It gets me upset. Also, resetting the video drivers gets me upset. I have to wait for my monitor to refresh. I'm sorry. This is already an angry episode.
Actually try to probe the shoes to see if there's any narcotics sitting within there. When you probe, the narcotics will actually get stuck within the grooves here. When you pull out, you actually have enough to test.
It's heavy. Yeah, there's nothing there.
One of the 99% on our way. I appreciate your patience.
Thank you very much.
We need to check with her.
One of the 99%. Ooh, you really did a good job there, buddy. You really did your job as security. Fuck you and the horse that you rode on, which has to be a massive horse to hold your fucking gluttonous ass. I have a new message here. I'm afraid to listen to it now because of my disclaimer, but let's play it and see.
Hola, Mr. PigCake. I have a question for you. What's your opinion on the economic crisis of Europe at the moment?
That's the same message. I'm a retard. I'm sorry. That's the same message. I'm not intelligent. I pretend to be. Let's look at some messages here. Jonathan Sabov, talking to USA. Who do you think will win the election? I could tell you who I hope wins the election. Actually, I can't tell you because it makes the people that I'm trying to sell to unhappy. So I'm trying to maintain anonymity in terms of who I want to win, just for the sake of me being a magician, and magicians are fickle. Really love having to reset these fucking video drivers every second here. Who else? Again, the comments haven't populated. The Secret Service people from the assassination attempt were brought in from Homeland Security and watched a 45-minute web seminar to qualify for Secret Service. I believe it. I definitely believe it. To be fair, my friend Matt used to smuggle in X from Florida in the soles of his shoes, and that was back in the 90s, though. That's the worst part. They bring their little dog, and they think the dog is going to be able to fucking... And then now they check your shoe, and these idiots are always talking, oh, yeah, no, I noticed that when she was there, I noticed, using my analytical abilities, that, well, she was fidgeting around. That's usually a sign of deception. I've seen a couple videos. God, be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better. Be better.
Ugh. As a Mexican, I hate them. They used to play tag with me, says Juan Tunon, which is accurate based on your name. Corn Pop says, America, fuck yeah. Here's to save the motherfucking day. America. Let's see over here. Pink Eye, already mentioned that one. Ben Shapiro said, Pines with dyslexia. I think they're playing today at the Electric Pickle. So that just gets me upset. It gets me just percolating with anger, especially knowing that that's who I'm dealing with. That's who I'm dealing with, going through security. I'm going through these idiots that don't know anything, these TSA guys that they have pipe arms. They've never done a push-up in their entire life. And then you are the final frontier between me and security in my plane. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think your job is a farce. I think it's fake. I think it's the illusion, the theater of security. And we would probably be better off with metal detectors and not any of them. Nothing. Just, I pass by the thing, there's a metal detector, and that's all I deal with, right? That way you could check for guns. Maybe at the very least, the x-ray machine. which, by the way, for the longest time was showing people your dick. They were showing a TSA agent your genitalia. I think, let me look that up. TSA X-ray genitalia. Let me see. Backscan or millimeter wave radiation. A TSA agent will look at the image of your body that could include a revealing look at your entire body, including breast, genitals, buttocks, and external medical devices. So they could definitely see your little wiener. And again, I wouldn't want a TSA agent to look at my wiener. So it's already an invasion of privacy. Speaking of invasion of privacy, magic tricks, my friends, it's what we do. Most of you are magicians, most of the people that watch this PigCast. Why? Because this is a magic channel. This is a magic channel. And this is my weekly attempt at therapy. It's through you guys and me being able to vent. And one thing that we do as magicians is that we can make things move. Or we could give the appearance of making things move. I've done many videos on this. I've done many videos on psychics that pretend like they're making things move. I've done videos on a lot of TikTok idiots that somehow think that air is energy. And I'm not saying air is energy in the sense of a windmill, which is debatable in the sense of how much energy that actually provides, whatever. What I'm saying is they think that their air is energy that's shooting out of their fingertips, like they're Palpatine from Star Wars. I know. I have to make a Star Wars reference because that's probably what you guys would understand. Most of you guys are probably into Star Wars. You're probably into collecting some sort of Funko Pop. I know you might say, hey, PigCake, I remember you were doing unboxings of Rick and Morty little figurines. Yeah, to sell them. Not to hoard them, to sell them, to resale. All right, so shut up, fuck off. So this is something that's still going on TikTok. And I'm going to show you the first half of the video because the second half is a guy calling these guys idiots correctly. What? Now, I didn't have to go to wind school. I know that when I do this, it's going to cause wind. As a matter of fact, with the notebook. Look at that. I'm making my notebook move. I don't know if you could see it here. But just doing this, my notebook, the flaps flap a little bit. Just like that. There you go. It flapped. It flapped a tiny bit. Tremendous. Yet, some troglodytes believe that this ability that we all have is some sort of energy. And here she's doing it with the lightest thing in the planet, which is aluminum foil. And this particular retard thinks he gets surprised at his ability to move these pieces of foil. Again, not realizing that it isn't, in fact, energy. It's air.
It's just airflow. No airflow here, but I push the air here. Now watch. Because these are built to catch the air, when I lay one down perfectly flat, nothing. You know what you can do with this?
I don't have to have a guy explain to me what this is. But yet these videos are non-stop. I see these all the time of people using these. I remember Daniel Garcia, who I met in Magic Live, and I rubbed his bald head. I just met him, by the way, for the first time in Magic Live, and I'm like, I love you, man. I love you so much. And we exchanged hugs, and I recorded him on my glasses teaching something. I think I asked him, I don't know if I remember, if I could record him for that, but showed me a little bit, and I was like, this is tremendous. But he had a great routine where you would rub your beard like this, and you would come at a sugar packet. So you would open up a sugar packet. Let me see if I could demonstrate using a piece of paper here. And it was a great method because you would just have a little sugar packet, and then you would kind of, again, I have a fan aimed at me, so it's not necessarily the best thing, but let's see if I could kind of cover it. And you would do this thing and come at it, and that's what would cause it to move. So the paddle, you would bring a paddle and then pretend to shoot it. So something like that, and it would look great. I thought that was wonderful. And you combine that with the little straw that moves on top of a Coke, a bottle of Coke, or a salt shaker, and you have a nice little PK routine, impromptu in a restaurant. It's great. These idiots think it's for real. Not only are they trying to deceive other idiots, they're deceiving themselves. because they don't realize that what they're doing. How about you do this in front of your daughter or your son and then ask them what they feel? They're going to say, oh, I feel like wind on my face, Mom. I feel wind on my face. God, fuck off. It's the dumbest shit in the planet, and I keep seeing people do that, and it makes me want to punch up an innocent-looking toddler. Sam X35 says, what good? What good back at you, dog? What good back at you? You know, with those ebonics? Not what is good, what good? What good? And if certain presidential candidates win in the United States, we might hear more of that. Let me just give myself one of these. Nice little card. There you go. Okay. Those people can vote. That's surprising. And we know who for, says Toby Writing. Muppets on Meds says, when I was a child, we used to think it was real, but then I grew up. I want to go through TSA with Piggy so I could tell them I saw Piggy shoving drugs up his butt. Well, you would see me be very angry every time they give miscommunication when it comes to their instructions, because they're never clear. They go, one line says take off your shoes, the other line doesn't have you take off your shoes. One line just has you put your luggage on the little conveyor, and the other one wants you to put it in the little box that never fits your fucking luggage, and they bitch at you as if you're the fault. I don't do this every day, asshole. You're the one that chose this for a job. I'm doing this maybe for the first time in months, maybe for the first time ever. And you're screaming at me because your inability to tell instructions clearly. So, God, fuck. You are a waste. A waste. Speaking of a waste, fat people. People know that I'm a proud fat phobe. I'm doing it for your own good. I'm a fat phobe because I want you to better your life. I don't want you to be there with type 2 diabetes, with heart-related issues, all because you didn't heed my warning of ingesting less calories. And one of those places that is, I would say, gluttony forward is, oh, God, this rogue expanded in my mouth, and I have nicotine powder. So how to solve this? I put a fresh rogue in there. So I'm trying to benefit your life. And one of those places that is gluttony forward is the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I've been to. We actually went in front of it a couple of times, me and Peter and the people that I was with in Vegas and California. And it has a scale in the front because if you weigh more than 350 pounds,
seeing how people hold weight
you eat for free. So it's a great place to look at certain kinds of individuals that think that they're 350 pounds. And it's the perfect example why we need state-enforced gluttony management.
Seeing how people hold weight differently is so crazy.
Now, this absolute unit of a woman with her XXXL, so she could eat for free at the Heart Attack Grill. And again, let the irony show the mask that she's wearing for her health. But she weighs 368 pounds. Now, Randy Orton, who's a professional wrestler, his build weight, let's look at Randy Orton. 2024. Let's take a look at this absolute behemoth of a man. He is billed at 275, which is not real. That is a fake weight. He's probably 225. I was having this argument yesterday with my friend, and I want you to take a look at Randy Orton. This man is 225 pounds, right? This is 225. This is what it looks like when you are extremely fit, when you are very, very fit. Imagine a woman that is 368 pounds and looks like this. Look at the absolute unit of this woman with a mask on. God, fuck. Let's see the other people they have here. Again, another wildebeest. Let me turn that off so I don't get a copyright strike. A very petite, looks like an Asian woman. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. Shoddy, 143. Holds it well. Behemoth, dancing at her gluttony. Ew. God, these are the same people that complain in Disney. You know what? 165, but I would. Now, this one, again, would not. She's dreading her weight being revealed. Almost 200 pounds. Maybe you might want to do something. Maybe you might want to fix that. This is well and beyond 200 pounds. Not terrible. There's potential there. That's the thing when it comes to a lot of these tubby McGee's, that sometimes you could see a hot girl under there. And this looks like a very pretty girl under there, but she instead decided to partake in the gluttony. 152. Interesting shape on that. Of course, she puts her drink down because that might have an effect. Come on, man. So it's fun looking at these videos and actually being there and seeing people try themselves. It's always interesting to see how different body shapes. But again, I'm here for your health and your benefit. And if I'm saying that fat isn't healthy, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. I'm trying to make you a better person through what do you call this? Through losing weight. I lost weight when I went to England for the first time. I was pretty tubby. I remember seeing some videos of me, as a matter of fact, in the last election, interviewing people outside of a restaurant, and I see my little gut there, and I look like a little tubby fuck. No, I didn't allow myself for that, and I lost the weight. And look, right now, your boy's a sex god. Your boy's out here, let me just try to come at me. That's what I'm saying. Look at. Okay, come at me. That's what I'm saying. At. So that was one. I have another fat person here. I guess let's just jump to that guy, seeing that the topics are connected. Could you imagine being so fat that a wheelchair ride hurts? Well, you don't have to imagine, because here is an example of a guy who allegedly consumes 20,000 calories a day. And I don't understand how he's being moved in a wheelchair and he's experiencing pain. You're on a device that's designed for handicapped people that cannot move, and you are experiencing pain. Maybe the fault is not in the apparatus. Maybe the fault is in you. Maybe it's all the fat.
Please stop. I can't go any further. Stop.
Now, it's very easy to feel bad, and I love this guy. This guy's an absolute savage. To feel bad and to be like, oh, man, wow, dude, look at him. He's in pain. No, he deserves it. He deserves it. 20,000 calories is not an easy thing to consume. You're overstuffing your body well past its breaking point, and this is the consequence. So this is the consequence of your actions.
Sean, you feeling okay? No, I'm in extreme pain.
I'm in pain.
Everything. I'm not used to staying in a wheelchair.
Okay, you don't want to go any further. I will examine
He's not
again.
Walking. He's on a wheelchair.
A tragic incident occurred when Sean had to be rushed to the hospital due to severe swelling. Weighing over 900 pounds, he became the heaviest participant in the show's history. Sean's mother, who consistently provided him with unhealthy meals, bears responsibility for his condition.
Sean is used to his mother completely taking care.
She cleans his ass here at this point. So to trigger warning if you don't want to see a fat fuck get his ass wiped.
Of him. As long as she does everything for him, Sean has no reason to leave. And she controls him with the food.
Previously, Dr. Now had instructed them to follow an 800 calorie per day diet to qualify for surgery.
Was he checking his ass there?
800 calorie per day diet to qualify for surgery.
That's what it looked like.
However, in reality, Sean's daily calorie intake was several times higher than recommended.
It's fine. We know what we're getting into. Yeah.
And the reality is, Sean must be taking in at least 20 to 30,000 calories a day. And that is because his mother bringing it to him. You're killing him right now. This has to.
I wonder how. What is it? How? Let's go through a day as a man who's ingesting 20,000 calories and absolutely looks like a fat piece of shit. What are you eating? So you wake up in the morning and like P. Diddy. You wake up in the morning and you have what? You have a 3 pints of ice cream. Let's look up what a pint of ice cream looks like calorically. Pint of ice cream calories. 137 calories. I don't believe that. How many calories on a whole pint? A traditional pint of vanilla ice cream contains 1,000 calories. So let's imagine he has 3 of those to wake up in the morning. That's 3,000 calories. That's 3,000 calories. You have 17,000 calories left. How do you consume that comfortably? There's no way. You have to be stuffing your face. How can anyone afford 20K calories a day? I'm assuming he doesn't work. Imagine the amount of poop. Nick Akato broke the internet with that video. He looks like a cancer patient. Yeah, that is another guy that he does mukbang videos, and he fooled everybody. I always hated him. Nick Kokado Avocado. And this is what he looked like before. And you could see what he looks like after. I mean, again, save the copy image address. My goodness. Thank you for making everything so simple, YouTube. Or Google. So he looked like this, and he put out videos, and he was actually way bigger than this. And he put out videos for 2 years as this, lying while he was losing weight. And now he looks like this on the right. Which comparatively, I remember I saw Penn Jillette when he lost all the weight. I'm like, he looks like he's dying. No, this is a healthier man. The man to the right is a healthier individual. But I hate watching his fucking videos, even though I do feel like it is a massive character. Still, it's very, very lame to watch. Let me see. I think I have another voicemail here. No, I do not. Why does it keep sending me emails that I have new voicemails? That's annoying. Piggy's a fatphobe because he got shot down by a fat girl at Jada Cole's. No, I put down fat girls at Jada Cole's. And Jada Cole's not open anymore, which is a shame. But you look like a bomber. Kidding, says Muppet on Meds. Maybe that's why they stopped me. Because I look like I potentially have incendiary devices on me. But they're wrong. They're wrong. All I have on me are decks of playing cards and a copious amounts of Rogue/Zyn pouches. Which is weird because nobody knew what they are. I remember in California, I kept looking for Zyns and nobody knew. I was like, oh, I'm looking for a Zyn. What the fuck is a Zyn? People ask. What, you don't know about the best thing to happen to modern society? The nicotine pouch, where you have none of the adverse effects of a cigarette, but you have all the benefit of nicotine, which is like caffeine, a great thing that everybody should partake in. I've become a nicotine salesman. That's 833 calories an hour, assuming he never sleeps. I generally wondered, how do they wipe their ass? A towel and a stick? I don't think they wipe their ass. I think they wipe as best they can, and then that's it. Or they just stand up. My little brother is a autistic person. He doesn't know how to wipe his own ass. I think he knows how to wipe his own ass, but he chooses not to. He just stands up. He just stands up. And later he has to be cleaned, which is funny. But I wish I had that life, honestly, just to live in absolute ignorance medically. I wouldn't know what's going on around me. And I had people wiping my ass for me. That sounds like a wonderful life. Not having to deal with the IRS and having your tax guy call you. It's great. It's just a wonderful thing. Speaking of the type of people that have sons like this, they're perpetual cat moms. They're cat moms that essentially run the world. That's the worst part. Cat moms run the world. And this is what cat moms post on social media. At the downside of others. So in this case, Aaron Taylor Johnson reportedly getting divorced, and she's doing a little song. Now, let me ask you a question. What are the odds of Aaron Taylor Johnson getting with you? I would say none. I would say, well, maybe 0.0001. But they put themselves here on social media dancing to the fact that another person's getting divorced, which is not a happy time. It's not a great thing. And they think they have a chance. And what I have to say is that people like this run the country. Speaking of that, we have people that idolize singers. They idolize singers. For example, Swifties. Swifties are absolutely the worst. This one in particular, very hot, I would say. But she's reminiscing her concert because their entire existence is based on Taylor Swift, a person that couldn't care less about them. And she's looking at the band that she went to the concert with.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
and looking sadly, reminiscing about her time in a Taylor Swift concert. Now, again, oh man, come on, man. She's just a fan. She set up the camera. She looked at the angle. She changed the camera because she probably wasn't satisfied with the angle. She brought the fucking thing to the bed. She sat down. She edited the video. She added a song to the video. She then posted the video. There's a lot of steps there to get people to realize that you're a fan of somebody, that you idolize somebody else, a singer, a theater kid. Come on, ew. I see this all the time with fucking actors, and we idolize people in society that don't deserve anything. Actors, you're good at pretending that you're someone else. Are you really worthy of idolization? I don't think so. It doesn't matter if you're the best actor, actress. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what you're doing is pretending to be somebody. Now, you could cause emotion and whatnot, and yes, you could get engaged in a movie or a good book or whatever the fuck. But there's no need to idolize these people and to mold your life around. As a matter of fact, let me look at her TikTok, and I guarantee you it's going to be nonstop Taylor Swift dumb. Which, yes, there's Taylor Swift posts. There's her doing makeup. There's her looking at the bracelets. There's her crying at a Taylor Swift concert. It's just, ugh, God, especially somebody like Taylor Swift. My fucking goodness. Big Tobacco has you now, PigCake. It takes one drunk smoke at a bar when you're out of Zin and it's game over. Well, I've had cigarettes. The first time I had cigarettes were a couple years ago at a music festival, maybe two years ago. And it was the worst experience. I'm like, I don't understand how people do this. And I went through maybe 7 cigarettes. And I'm like, I still don't understand it. I still don't understand what the point of this is. It's not a fun thing to do. I love cigars. I love these nicotine pouches. And I'm a huge fan of the benefit that it gives you. We got Lloyd Barnes in the house. I was chatting to Lloyd. And Lloyd was auditing my YouTube channel. And telling me all the things that I'm doing wrong. I know I'm doing things wrong, Lloyd, and I know. And I could only idolize you. I look up to you, even though we're pretty much relatively the same height. I think you're 5'6", maybe 5'3". I'm 5'3". So there's not a huge thing. But I still look up to you in terms of what I want. My goodness. I knew what I hate about YouTube is that you watch other channels take off while you're still here in the same position. And it's all my fault. I know. I can't blame the algorithm. I have one person to blame. And it's this guy. 2 thumbs and loves blowjobs. Why? Because I like making jokes about race and fat people. And I like making jokes about things that I guess are insecurities of other people. Why? Because I'm punching up. I'm always punching up. That's the good thing about being me. That I'm never punching down. I'm always punching up. Even if it's at a person that's 900 pounds that I'm making fun of, I'm always punching up because they're probably in a better position than I am. Because I'm doing magic tricks online as a living. So does that really make me someone that's worthwhile of adulation? No. I'm admitting to myself that I'm valueless, that I provide nothing to the universe. But alas, some people think that I do. And they check out the PigCake Magic Academy, the home of over 1,500. Oh, God, the nicotine bit, it's getting to me. When I grow up, I want my channel to be your channel. We should cross metaphorical pork swords. When I'm over there, we should definitely do a video together. That's number 1, Lloyd. Number 2, you have to answer back. And we need to chat about this potential app idea that I had. I went through Mustafa. I told him, and he's like, yes, it's good, but he told me all the reasons why it wouldn't be good, and I agree. So there's some downsides to my concept, but I think it'll work. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We live in a society.
You know, we're living in a society.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but we need to talk. Speaking of talking, again, this ties back to the mall cop, right? This ties back a security guard. I get it. Your job is to secure the premises. However, at a furry convention, let's just get to this and see. what it is that I'm talking about. This individual at a furry convention who is upset at somebody recording their kind. If you are a furry, I'm sorry, I won't save you. I can't take you seriously. If you are in need of help, and let's say that you get into a car crash and I'm behind you, and I pull over and I get out and I see that you have a little tail, I'm not helping you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep driving. It's just, who's calling me? Jasper, Florida. I don't trust that. I don't like that. I don't like that somewhere down the line someone sold my information to someone and then now I'm getting calls for no reason. I don't like any of that. But that's part and parcel of using the internet. I'll text back tomorrow, and yes, we had to make a filthy video when you come to your new homeland. Don't say that. That's my nightmare. My nightmare is living in England and waking up and having the moist air hit my face and it's cold. And then, oh, what do I have to look forward to for breakfast? Oh, beans on toast. Beans on toast is what I have to look forward to. Oh, I'm going to treat myself with a sausage roll. Maybe I might find some food from another country. Maybe that might satiate my palate. Anyways, if you're a furry, I'm not going to save you. And if you're a furry and you love my stuff, don't. I don't like you. I don't value your life. And I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. So this is what we get when we have a furry security guard.
Sir, you are exiting this room with me. You are not permitted in convention space. This way.
Oh, this way over here? Okay.
To the right. This way.
Oh, I'll follow you.
Shut it off. Yeah. Recording. Shut it off. Of course he is recording.
Now,
he is an asshole.
Again, it's your prerogative.
To the right. This way.
Oh, I'll follow you.
It's your prerogative to wear a mask, right? Whatever. You could wear a mask if you want, still in 2024. It's been proven that it doesn't help, but whatever, right? But when you have other things that are visibly wrong with you, like you're overweight, you got purple hair, right? What's the point? What's the point? You might as well smoke crack. You might as well do drugs, hardcore drugs, because you're already unhealthy. Might as well just go and run through the brick wall, like the Kool-Aid Man, which this person looks like.
Yeah. Recording. Of course he is recording. He is an asshole. No. You are
This is crazy. He is an asshole. What are you, fucking Paul Revere? Where does this dialect come from?
Recording. He is an asshole. No. You are exiting convention space.
I know, sir.
Now.
I know, sir.
You are exiting convention space.
I am exiting convention space now, sir.
Sir, you are exiting.
You know, this guy goes home, and I'm not, again, disparaging people that live with their parents, but this guy goes home and he lives in a room that is the same room that he had as a child, and he has posters of anime on his walls, and he's there shaking at the fact that he had to tell somebody off that one day at that convention, which I don't even know what this convention is. I'm assuming it's a furry convention just based on all the comments and stuff, but look at the people in the background too. What is this? The blue hair, the tails, the purple hair, the troglodytes. I can't imagine the scent of this convention. And a lot of people have asked me, hey, Piggy, what does a Magic convention smell like? Not bad. Not bad. The last one, Magic Live, it smelled like the motel. It smelled like the motel. It smelled like cigarettes and diapers. That's what Xavier Spade told me. And he was accurate. He was accurate. It smells like cigarettes and diapers. But that's not the magician's fault. That's the Orleans Hotel where it was hosted. So I don't blame them. But Magic conventions actually don't smell bad. They actually don't smell bad. I was surprised that whenever I went to Blackpool and whenever I went to Magi Fest and whatnot, there's no palpable odor in the air. Maybe cigarettes, because magicians like to have their little cigarettes. But no, nothing. There wasn't a lingering odor, which is just shocking. I'm trying to remember if there was an incident with odor or somebody not appearing to be hygienic at a convention, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I've been to enough wrestling shows where definitely hygiene is a problem. However, I would say that magic conventions actually don't smell bad, but that furry convention has to just stink. That's a spam call. My mom gets those all the time, says Corn Pop. Can you imagine if you and Piggy did a weekly podcast? My word, Piggy and Barnes. The Orleans smells like the inside of a fleshlight. That's accurate. That's accurate. But it just smells like a casino, which reminds me of freedom. Back when you used to be able to smoke indoors. Denny's used to be able to smoke indoors. It just smells like freedom to me. Of people wasting their money. I gambled at the Orleans, so I was part of that. And they never came by and offered me drinks, which I was very upset at. And we were there for 8 hours with me and Mustafa of Illusionary fame. Great guy. We bonded together, and it's funny because at some point all the Arabs got together, and I'm like, people must think we're plotting. Because it was me, Mustafa, and maybe 3 or 4 other individuals from the motherland of Egypt. And I'm like, this does not look good. This doesn't look good. And we're sitting at a table. So, I mean, when you have a face like this. But alas, we're talking about magic tricks. So, he must be from the Midwest based on the way he's over-enunciates his T's. That or maybe he spent 2 years in theater class learning how to project his voice so he could talk to the ladies about his obsession with furries. And it's not a cheap hobby, by the way. Being a furry, you have your suit, it's like $10,000. And you're there just sweating in it. And I've seen them when I went to California. I can't tell you how many tails I saw. People wearing little tails with the little... It's not cute. It's not a cute thing to look at. And every time I see it, I just want to find the nearest baby and hit him with my knuckle. Do that thing from middle school where they swore that if you hit somebody in the nose, that the nose bone would go into the brain. That's not true. And the other one was a double punch. This was the legend in middle school. That, oh no, if you hit him with the knuckle and then your fist, you get 2 punches. That's not a thing. You're going to break your knuckle. You're an idiot. They already do drugs. That's why they have purple hair. Yeah, but they don't do cool people drugs like cocaine. They do lame drugs like ketamine and weed. You know, things like that. Downers. Let's see. What else did I skip here? Sorry. Don't compare yourself to others. The sun and the moon both shine when it's their time, says Hungry and Hungover. Usually I'll give you a pin of shame for that. West Yorkshire is a big place by UK standards. We're in West Yorkshire, anywhere near Leeds. I believe 30 minutes away from Leeds. I think we filmed some stuff in Leeds, Polster. But we're not far away from the... I'm staying presumably in the Peter Turner estate when I go there. But we'll see. We'll see. But I don't know where specifically in West Yorkshire. I know that it's the country. It's like farmland. It's great. I love it. And speaking of furries, this is where you find furries. If JT was around, maybe he could give me some more insight because he is a proprietor of the Renaissance Fair. The Renaissance Fair is somewhere where you'll find a copious amount of furries and people that are, I guess, cosplaying as the worst time period in human history with the Black Plague. And right before the Renaissance, I guess, yeah, there was a boom in, I don't want to say economy, but there was a boom in art and a resurgence in music, but not really the best time to live in. Hygienically, everybody smelled. They didn't have running water. Sewage was rampant on the streets. And this is the type of person that I have to imagine. I have a scent for magicians. And here we have a Renaissance Fair shoddy. No complaints about her.
How much are you going to spend at Ren Fair today? $50. How much did you actually spend? $5? How much are you spending?
I saw this video and I saw his chin up and I saw the Oakley glasses and the bottle of water that's awkwardly in the frame. And I know this guy thinks of himself as a knight. I know that. And I also know that this guy probably does close-up magic. I smell it. I have a skill. I have a talent. I could tell if you're Asian from your backside. It's another talent that I have. I could tell if you're a teacher because teachers have a way of speaking and a way of dressing. I know a magician, and this is a magician. I just know it. It's not confirmed in the video, but I just saw this and thought that it was a fun thing to share with you guys here. And she's damn. I would definitely King Arthur her, if you know what I mean.
How much are you spending at the Ren Fair?
200 to 250 or less, hopefully.
So how much did you actually spend at Ren Fair?
Lost count.
Another buxom wench.
For Ren Fair today? 50.
How much did you end up spending?
$107.
You know, I just saw that and I found that interesting. Renaissance Fair shotties, though, pretty hot, I gotta tell you. They're pretty attractive. I'm a fan. Not a fan of the whole culture of it because you're overspending on decorative soap, essentially, which is what you find. But I found that to be particularly interesting. And one of the last things I want to go through here was a wedding. Now, I know that wedding magicians is a big demographic when it comes to magic tricks. I would never have a magician within 20 feet of my wedding. But this one is it's a post, it's a slideshow of controversial rules enforced at a wedding. Now, I've been to many weddings, and usually it's a fun time, open bar. I'm a huge fan of drinking. You get to see shotties in dresses, which is, again, one of my favorite things. Never have I been to like a bridezilla wedding where it's just awful with the rules. And this apparently is very common. This is very common. A lot of the comments were saying that, oh, yeah, this is how we had our wedding. I will not be attending your wedding if this is what you consider to be a normalized wedding. So let's just take a look at the slideshow here real quick. First rule, my DJ will not take your song requests. Just go to the club if you want your songs played. All right. A small point to make, by the way. Such a small point to make because oftentimes you just, hey, man, could you play, I don't know, hey there, Delilah? Hey, man, could you play Pitbull? Right? What are just little things? You already know that if this is a rule that they set out, that these people are micromanaging assholes. So this isn't really the end of the earth, but I would say it's annoying. Next one, do not ask my photographers for pictures of you. I did not pay tens of thousands of dollars for random portraits. Okay, I get it. But the photographer is going to go around and take pictures of things that are not you. They just do that. They're going to take pictures of the flowers. They're going to take videos of the groomsmen, the bridesmaids. That's just what they do. So maybe if you go, hey, take a picture of me in the group. That's not really necessarily a bad thing. So for you to put this as a rule lets me know that you probably voted 5 times. Next one here. No +1. I'm not stressing and paying for strangers I've never met. Now, the +1 is a great thing in a wedding because it's a great opportunity to bring a shotty, right? I like the wedding rule where if you bring a shotty to a wedding and she looks great in a dress, everyone's going to be thinking highly of you. They're going to be like, damn, man, how'd you land that bag? How'd you land that one? You know, and then you feel better. It's a nice ego boost. But no +1s. So removing that as an option. Sometimes people like to bring their wife. Sometimes people like to bring maybe a friend. If they're going to a wedding, odds are that maybe they don't necessarily know everybody at the wedding, but now you have the comfort of a friend. That's a very normalized thing. And for you to make that a rule, again, I know that you probably have a schedule for sex. You definitely have a Disney Fast Pass. Next rule here. Having a guest joined a shared album. We had our guests scan a QR code from Dot's Memories app and share a shared album. No, I'm not going to give you free pics. Fuck you. If you're going to be a bitch about the photographer, I'm not going to give you free pics or sign up to some predatory app that's going to lead to spam calls. This one, no alcohol. I want my guests to actually remember this day. What? No alcohol? It's a wedding. You're not being force-fed alcohol, but definitely have the option there. Gosh, some of these comments. What do you mean? I'm paying for the dress and going to your wedding, not to have pictures taken of me? This wedding sounds so fun. You seem so lovely and not controlling at all. Why did they have to remember your day? I went to an alcohol-free wedding once, the most boring wedding I've ever been to. Pretty much everyone went at 8, and most of the evening guests didn't turn up. Enjoy your wedding. I'm busy that day. Forget the wedding. This is a major red flag to have as a partner. That is true. As a wedding photographer, people asking for pics of their other half is cute, in my opinion. It gives you cute pics of their guests looking their best and literally takes 2 seconds. There you go. I went to a wedding alone. No one took my picture, and I didn't ask the photographer. I thought I'd probably end up in at least one photo. I didn't, and it feels like a shame. People like a memory. I was on board until the last one. Ill. So this is apparently a very normal thing in weddings here, and I'm not up for it. If you have rules to your wedding, I'm not going. I'm not going. So you could forget me doing card tricks at the reception. Ill. Let's see what else here in the comments. Toby Writing says PigCake, Magic Academy, the home of etc. etc. One time you talked about a second channel you have. What's the name of it? It's called PigCake Plus. PigCake Plus. I upload absolute shit to it. It's not a fun thing. I just uploaded it. Essentially the refuse. But this channel has become the refuse. And they wonder why they can't afford rent. I guess in reference to the rent essence fair. And those are all my topics. Those are all my topics for this PigCast. I have a little bit of a nicotine buzz going. I haven't had one all day, and now I chose to have one here for you guys to make me clear and alert. You saw how clear and how great the content was because of my alertness. That's all thanks to nicotine. So I guess if you guys have any parting comments, any parting wishes, any comments, questions, concerns, this would be the time to address it. This last minute before I hit the hour mark, this would be a great time to bring it up. If not, what else? I guess get my deck, missing piece. We're down to like the last couple decks. So make sure to get them. If not, they're gone forever. Daniel's also having a baby, so he's going to be pretty shitty when it comes to sending those out. So make sure to do so. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I have a bunch of magic tricks there. I'm doing shipping for a magic company. I don't want to say who, but I'm shipping for a magic company. And it's funny having a kitchen full of magic tricks. I'm not used to that, but I'm doing that now. That's taking up some of my time. I believe they have a magic trick coming out Friday. So hopefully that gets me some sales through them because they're paying me, obviously. Trick, Trick, Boom. I guess I'll say it. I'm doing their shipping. So if you order something from Trick, Trick, Boom, I will be touching your package if you buy it in the United States. So they've been great. I really enjoyed them. They showed me some wonderful stuff when I was in Magic Live. And it's all coming out in the coming months. So know that if you are buying something from Roddy McGee or Noel Quarter, I'm touching it. I'm touching it. So just know that. But they're great guys, and I'm taken aback by the visual nature of their shit. I believe Mini Book, that was one of them, the ones that they came out with. And I hated it. I made a review about it. I hated it. And I was converted because I realized that it's probably one of the best tricks. And it doesn't make sense because you have this little laptop, which annoyed me when I first saw it. And then I realized, no, that's novel. People like that shit. And at the end, when the laptop becomes a folded card, they have no choice but to just fountains of semen. But that's a fun bit. I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I remind you the most important advice that I have, which is big fucking tits. Big fucking tits.